Okay, hello there. This is a video that shows what I'm doing in my game. So basically, if the index finger presses that button, it will trigger a function there. Let me show. Boink, 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 boink. It can activate different things from different buttons. So let's see how I did that. So basically, I have two things. First of all, I have in the hand, I have created a sphere collision, and then for that, which is called fingertip volume here, for that I have set the collision presence to trigger, which means that it's not the physics collision, it's just triggering events. Important if you don't want it to actually collide with stuff. And then, which I will explain later, I have created a component tag for it. So with a plus, you can create more tags, and then you can give it any name. I'm calling it interactive. So then the other, I'm not gonna hit that. Then basically in my actual aircraft, I have several buttons, which are all actors called bank button. And in my button, I also have a collision volume here, which is called trigger box, created by box collision. And if we go to event graph, I'll create a temp one so that it's easier to understand how to create those. So box collision test box kill me. Now it's this massive box, but basically my actor now has this new test box kill me in the event graph. If I go to this, select the component, I can go down here, and then I have the different overlap and other events. So on component begin overlap, you create an event. Now, if anything overlaps, any item overlaps, it's gonna trigger this event. And you can put, I think, ignore lists or something like that. But what I have done then, sorry, I'm jumping back and forth a little bit. But then I also created on component end overlap another event. So basically, this is triggered when something enters the volume, and this is triggered when that thing leaves the volume. And then if we go what I did on my actual button, so I have the trigger box. Again, that trigger box is this orange area here. So if the sphere in the finger overlaps that, it will trigger. So when the overlap happens, it triggers, and I'm checking what is the other component. You can check what is the other actor, you can check what is the other component. I'm checking the other component, and does it have a tag called interactive? That's why I gave it the tag. Now if it doesn't, it will do nothing. And this is important because otherwise anything else, if you're using your pen, now your palm or your fingers won't trigger, but the tip of the pen will trigger if you use this. I'm sure there are other ways of checking, but this worked fine. So then it's doing the check. Yes, it has interactive, and then it does its thing. In my case, it changes the material, so the button lights up when the finger goes there, and then it sends the actual command forward to elsewhere in the game. But then I have this do once, which is kind of important, because otherwise all the time when the overlap is happening, it keeps triggering this over and over and over again. So when you have the do once, it only does it once until you reset it. And now I have done it so that when the finger leaves the area, the overlap stops. Again, it does it only for the interactive bit. And then it resets the do once. So now if the finger comes again to the area, it's going to trigger again. But that is it. It's not overly complicated.